great players. They have a great organization. And you tell them one thing.
What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raiders related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. The third day of free agency for the Las Vegas Raiders, and technically speaking, the first official day of free agency has been very quiet for the Las Vegas Raiders, which is very disappointing because with the recent moves being made, it seemed to indicate that we were going to go in a different direction on building this team and that we were going to go heavy on the defensive side of the football, which I'm all for that. But unfortunately for us, there's a lot of players that are off the table now. A lot of good players that could have been good additions on this defense. Safety Jordan Poyer returned to the Buffalo Bills. That was a guy that we were reportedly going to be pursuing. Also, cornerback Darius Slay was surprisingly released by the Philadelphia Eagles earlier this morning. And I was hoping we would strongly go out and pursue a premier talent like him at the cornerback position, which is a huge position of need. And just imagine us being able to land Darius Slay, and also we can draft a young guy in this draft to learn from him. It would have been absolutely beautiful to see. Linebacker Lavonte David is officially off the board as well. He returns to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this morning, Aaron Rodgers came out and spoke on the Pat Macafee podcast and ended up speaking about the whole Las Vegas Raiders situation and him potentially getting traded to the Raiders.
Was there any other teams that potentially you knew that were trying to get you, or was it just retirement Packers, Jets?
That's a good question. I think there were other teams that were interested, and obviously there's certain players that I have a lot of love and affinity for, and reuniting with especially one specific person would have been
Lavonte in Las Vegas.
Not mentioning any names, There's definitely one particular guy who him and I have this, special kind of unspoken rapport.
That's Lavonte. Okay, yeah.
So now we know that Aaron Rodgers was definitely interested in joining the Las Vegas Raiders, and we all know Davante Adams was all for this move. So for the fans who wanted to get Aaron Rodgers in the silver and black, there's definitely interest from Aaron Rodgers, but that ship has officially sailed, and really it seems like there was little to no interest from our head coach and general manager Dave Ziegler to try to get a trade done for Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, maybe you can make the argument that that was a good decision because not everybody was for the Aaron Rodgers move, which there's both sides to it, and we'll just have to see how much he ends up going to the New York Jets to really determine whether or not it would have been worth trying to trade for Aaron Rodgers. But look, I don't want to spend too much time on this whole Aaron Rodgers dilemma because he is no longer available. And look, I'm also not devastated by us signing Jimmy Garoppolo at the quarterback position, especially since we were able to get him at a good deal. I just always thought that we were probably going to go in this direction. Josh McDaniels very likely was going to get a quarterback who was familiar with this system and ultimately get a bridge quarterback. I think Jimmy Garoppolo fills both these roles for us, and like I said, we got him on a very good deal. We're only going to be paying him a little bit more than $11 million in the next 2 years. Inside this contract, there's a bunch of trapdoors, so we can move on from him after year one, after year two, whatever the case may be. So I'm cool with that. But with these moves, by us signing Jimmy G, by us trading away Darren Waller, this to me means that the Raiders have to go in a defensive direction in this offseason and really build a strong and reliable defense, which is something the Raiders have not had for years now. So needless to say, thus far it has been a slow and underwhelming free agency period, and although we still have some time left with this technically only being the first day of free agency and there's still some guys available, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because we still haven't signed anybody on defense that I think really moves the needle for us. We also, if you think about it, we created another hole on our roster by trading away Darren Waller. Now there is some good options at tight end in the draft, but it's always hit or miss when it comes to the NFL draft. Another move that I was very disappointed about was our ability not to bring back Jarrett Stidham. I thought that was a crucial move. I would have loved to see Jarrett Stidham be on the silver and black, be a backup quarterback for us, and honestly let him compete for the starting job. If he could win it, then great. If not, then you got a good, reliable backup. And really the biggest issue too was that we let Jarrett Stidham go to a rival, go to the Denver Broncos, and at first I was kind of confused by this move. I didn't understand why the Denver Broncos would go out and sign Jarrett Stidham, but it kind of makes sense now. If you think about it, Sean Payton is essentially just going to pick Jarrett Stidham's brain about this offense And you know Jarrett Stidham knows this playbook inside and out, so that's going to be some inside information. So now I understand why the Broncos went out and got Jarrett Stidham. A bad move by our part. And also another factor is we're really going to need to find a solid backup quarterback, because with Jimmy Garoppolo, that's really been his biggest issue, has been those durability issues. We're either going to have to find a solid backup quarterback to be able to fill in case he misses a couple weeks here and there, or we're just going to have to bolster that offensive line and try to protect him. Also, another factor to consider is our star running back Josh Jacobs. Earlier today, he put out some potentially cryptic messages on Twitter. He later deleted those tweets, but at this point too, you know, I'm kind of uncertain about the whole Josh Jacobs situation. You never really know what will happen. He mentioned earlier in this offseason that he will not be happy playing on the franchise tag, especially if they expect him to play like the hero of this offense. By us getting Jimmy G, by us getting rid of Darren Waller, it looks like the way this team is being built really indicates that Josh Jacobs is going to be a huge focal point for this offense moving forward, and we still have not locked him up to a long-term deal. So look, who knows, maybe Josh Jacobs could be the next guy on the move, because let's be honest, his trade value will never be higher than what it currently is. You never know, you could potentially even get a first round pick for Josh Jacobs at this point in time. But if they were ever gonna trade Josh Jacobs, this would be the time to do it. And sure, our front office in the past has made it appear that they plan to bring back Josh Jacobs, that they plan to have Josh Jacobs involved in their future moving forward. But look, they also said the same thing about Darren Waller, and then he was traded about 2 weeks later, so we just don't know, to be honest with you. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think of the current state of the Raiders at this moment. Are you guys hitting the panic button? Let me know. But with that being said, Raider Nation, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raiders related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.